happy Wednesday, or wait, what day is it? Thursday?
Thursday.
I'm so used to it being Wednesday.
I know.
Thursday afternoon. Welcome to the Good Order Podcast. Dan Black and SportyJordy here with you. Jordy, how we doing today?
Hanging in there. If I sound a little sick, it's because I definitely am. I caught a cold, slightly under the weather, but we're hanging in there, getting through it.
There you go. We love that.
Yep.
Plenty to discuss today. NBA draft tonight, as well as golf going on. But first, let's start with some NHL stuff. Game 4 last night.
Yeah.
Great game. Overtime win for the Avalanche. They take a 3-1 lead, 3-1 series lead, heading home to Colorado for Game 5 tomorrow night. But this one ended with a bit of controversy.
Yeah.
Seemed like the Avalanche had one too many men on the ice when they scored. All 4 officials said they didn't see an extra person. So, yeah, your thoughts?
Yeah, no, it's a tough situation. On one hand, I'm like, yeah, it definitely probably should have been a call, without question. But on the other hand, I'm like, all right, if we look back in history, the Lightning have gotten away with this same exact call one way too many times. So on one hand, I'm like, all right, like, yeah, the refs should have gotten it right, but the Lightning can't pick and choose when they want to be like, if you want it to benefit you, then like the other team has to have the benefit too. Like you can't just, Jordy, did I not say as? I think you did. I'll give you credit there. But yeah, no. So I feel bad for the Lightning. The one thing that sucks is like, this is the Stanley Cup Finals. Like at this point, like the refs just have to figure it out. So it was an unfortunate situation. It didn't benefit me at all. I had Avs -1.5 and over 6. So no matter what happened, I was screwed. So
Right.
like the refs just have to be better. But at the end of the day, if it's going to happen to any team, it should happen to the Lightning because they've been terrorizing everyone with this. Speaking of the UDDA app, we are getting closer and closer to an official relaunch. So coming up probably by the end of this summer, I think is the latest we heard. We should have all the new updates, sportsbook up and running. So good stuff coming.
Yeah. In terms of the play last night, I had like multiple reactions to it. One, I didn't even notice it at first. I was like, oh,
No, I didn't either. I was just like, oh, goal.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it till everyone started complaining.
Right. I didn't even notice it. And that's the other thing. So, like, from the standpoint of the Lightning, I get it. Especially in a Stanley Cup Finals game when you're on the verge of three-peating, like there's a lot on the line. I totally get it. But at the same time, one, you didn't show up for 2 games, so like you put yourself in a hole.
Exactly.
And 2, like, yeah, there was an extra skater, but like the puck was already basically like the guy was like coming over the boards. He wasn't like directly involved with the play. I don't remember who it was that was coming over. Plus, I think Tampa may have had an extra person as well, so like it doesn't really matter.
It cancels each other out. Yeah, like
Right.
I see what you're saying because it's not like the extra. If the extra person played a factor
Right.
in making the goal happen, that's a different story. But realistically, the dude coming onto the ice had nothing to do with the play that was already going on. Yeah,
35 feet away.
Exactly.
He wasn't doing anything with the play. You know, if he shot it and it bounced around and there were 6 and there's a 6-on-5, you know, in their offensive zone, all right, and they score, fine. Like you have every reason, and I'm sure at that point, if you have 11 dudes there, the rest would notice that. So like at one point, yeah, I get it. It's shitty and it sucks if you bet, Lightning money line and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like, put yourself in a hole, and I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, let's be real. If you let a team put up 7 goals on you and you can't put up a single one, and now you're down and you're going to sit there and complain that you're down and you're going to say the refs took this game from you, like, no, like the series could have been tied. Like you could have been at that point. Like you have to show up, and it sucks because they were in this game. So like I understand the frustration, but at the end of the day, like the extra guy coming onto the ice had nothing to do with the play that was already like they lost. They lost. Their goalie let up the goal that had nothing to do with the other guy.
Yeah, the puck was way past that guy. I mean, it was
Yeah.
already it was by the net by the time he even touched the ice. Didn't do anything. So yeah, I don't really, and I felt like it just got way blown out of proportion. Like obviously, immediate reaction, sure, people are upset, but I just feel like people kept making a bigger deal of it than it really was.
Definitely. Do you think the Lightning can come back and win now being down 3-1?
No,
I don't think so either.
no, it's just it's too hard.
The Avs are too good.
Right, you had to win 3 straight, 2 of which are in Colorado, and they smoked you there twice.
Yeah.
But I just don't. I mean, maybe if you know if the ghost of Martin St. Louis and whoever, Vinny Lecavalier come back for tomorrow night and win one in Colorado, okay. But like, I just don't. There's no way they win 3 in a row.
Yeah, I agree. It's gonna be way too tough.
I
They
mean,
might get one more, and like if they win the next game to extend it, make it 3-2. But
right.
I realistically don't. I feel like it's already in the Avs' hands.
I
So
agree. I wholeheartedly agree with that. A lot to talk about on the hardwood tonight. NBA draft. Well, not even on the hardwood. It's on a stage.
yeah,
NBA draft tonight. Been a crazy day in terms of the odds movement. Chet Holmgren in a week went from plus, or not Chet Holmgren. Paolo Banchero went from like plus 1,600 to minus 200 to be the first overall pick. So that's just otherworldly, to be completely honest with you. That doesn't happen. Who do you think is going to go over? Who do you think is going to be taken first overall?
I don't have him being the first overall pick. I actually have him going third. I have Smith going first overall. I just feel like I don't know. I feel pretty confident about that one. We'll see. I mean, obviously anything can happen, um, but yeah, I have Smith going first overall. I have Holmgren going second, and then yeah, him going third.
Yeah, that's how I sort of have it as well. I think, yeah, I have Smith. I think what Oklahoma City does will be very interesting at 2 because they can do a lot of stuff. They can either move, and acquire even more picks up if they need them, and then or they can, stay at 2 and take a risk at Chet Holmgren. I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm very interested to see what they do.
I'm actually I don't like I like Chet Holmgren. Like I think
Me too.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, I don't really get the hate. Not the hate, but I don't get the amount of people that are worried about
I
injuries.
would say like doubting over hate.
Right.
He has a lot of doubters.
And I don't know. I just feel like the whole injury thing, like it's a thing, but it's also not, especially with someone of that level of talent. It's like when KD came out. I'm not saying he's KD, but like people were worried about KD, especially 15 years ago when science and workout routine and everything were not even, we talk about the 90s, let alone 15 years ago is different. And he's been more than fine. He's had injuries, but like that's what happens when you play sports. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. I would take that swing with him. I think he's got the highest upside of any of these guys. I think it makes sense to take Jabari Smith first. He's the most of the top 3. He's the most likely to have the lowest ceiling but the highest floor. I think out of the 3.
Yeah.
I just it would be hard to go with anybody else first.
No, I'm in the same exact boat. So who do you have going third?
I have Paolo Banchero.
Okay. Oh, are we like in complete unison tonight?
Really? It's very you don't usually see 3 forwards all go at the top.
I know. It could be an interesting year.
After that though, 4 through 6 is interesting.
I have no idea. And like, I'm not even this is what I would do 1 through 3. Like, I feel like the NFL draft, 99% of the time, you at least feel confident about who's going like 1 and 2 kind of back to back. This, I don't feel as confident about. I feel like there are a lot of different directions they could end up going. Like you said, OKC could end up not even staying there. So we don't even really know for sure what's going to go down, but I feel more confident that 1 through 3 is going to go in this general direction, and then the rest of everything, I'm like,
Yeah.
this could be a hot mess. Do you think there's going to be any major surprises tonight?
I don't know. Like I'm sort of expecting a lot of movement, so
Yeah.
I don't think that'll surprise me. Just because after the top three, like it seems like there's a lot, with team needs and who's picking there. Like there's only a certain amount of guys that sort of fit. Um, so I think we're likely to see a lot of movement. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if Oklahoma City moves out. If some team comes up and says, "Hey, we'll give you next 3 picks to have Chet Holmgren and Paolo Banchero," like I would do that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Where all these guys go after the top three would be very interesting. Like, I don't think Jaden Ivey's a lock at 4. I think he's a lock at 4. Actually, I just don't know who's going to take him because I
That's
don't.
fair.
He's already said he doesn't want to go to the Kings.
That's
Um,
fair. I don't really have any like surprises for tonight, but I do have one guy that I've been keeping my eye on a little bit. Dominic Barlow, he's from the Overtime Elite
mhm.
league, like that startup league. And he's a guy that like a couple years ago, I'm pretty sure he was like a 3-star high school guy. And
Mhm.
I legitimately think he's gonna go in the first round tonight. And this was the first year that the overtime league even or the overtime elite league even had scouts. So I think it could be really impressive. But I just like his cadence and like the way he carries himself, and I like the
Yeah,
way he plays. I think he's a really, really cool dude. So I would love to see him go in the first round.
I'm with you. My friend Shoemate, he sent me he sent me some picks for tonight. He went 7-0
Here
on
we
the
go.
NFL draft. In terms of picking where guys get drafted and everything. So
Okay.
he's pretty confident. He has Benedict Mathurin under 6. Um, I'm not confident in that. That's the only one of his list that I'm not like 100% confident in.
Okay.
I think he'll fall a little bit to like 7 or 8. Uzman Jang over 10.5. Could see that. Could see him falling a little towards the very very end of the lottery. AJ Griffin under 11.5. I love that because I have AJ Griffin going like ninth.
Yeah. No,
Um,
I think that's very fair.
I think that's great. Jaden Hardy over 23.5. See, that's interesting. This is where he could get screwed because the Sixers have the 23rd pick and are very keen on Jaden Hardy.
Mhm.
So he could get screwed real quick with that one. Tyreek Eason under 17.5. Don't hate it. It's right sort of in the middle. Jalen Williams over 15.5. I love. Blake Wesley, I don't like the under 21.5. I think he goes over that. Walker Kessler over 24.5. I 100% agree with that. I think he may be a second round guy. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure on this list. I don't know if it's a 8-0 list. I think it's about 5-3.
No, I like the sounds of it.
Yeah,
I'm still impressed with the 7-0 in the NFL
yeah,
draft,
yeah, that's fucking crazy.
especially this year.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. No, literally, because it was out of hand.
Yeah, no, I especially I'm still pissed that I didn't put money on Devin Singletary.
What are you gonna do?
What or not Devin
Yeah, I
Singletary.
was gonna
Sorry,
say.
this is my cold. Stingley at
Yeah,
3rd.
yeah, and you knew you said it.
I knew. I was so confident. Why I didn't put money on it, I'll have no idea. I literally said it on this show. Like I was like, yeah, no, they're super hype about this guy. They're gonna snag him. But all numbers, I have no knowledge of hey, whatever gets it done, gets it done. So we support it.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it works. I think again, we talked about the shocker of the draft. I think what could be a shocker is maybe it's not a shocker per se, but the Knicks. I could see the Knicks making a big move up. That would be my
Okay.
shocker to like 4.
No, I am actually feeling pretty awful. I don't know if you can tell. Do I sound as bad as I feel?
Not as bad.
Thank you. I needed that. Yeah, no, stupid cold. Did an at-home COVID test, COVID free. So I don't know if it's allergies or a cold, but it is legitimately
Kicking your
knocking
ass.
like, yeah, it is actually kicking my ass.
Fair enough.
Good thing we can just curl up tonight and watch the NBA draft.
Very true. Very true. I also am interested to see what the Trailblazers do. That's at 7. I'm interested. It annoys me that they refuse to tank. Like it actually annoys me.
They need to have like a trust the process
No, they do.
moment. They
It's
really need
just,
it.
it annoys me when teams are just like when like the obvious thing is right there and you're just like, and I get it, they're a small market team in the Pacific Northwest. Like if they don't have Dame and they don't have any media, like anyone to bring buzz, like they're forgotten. I totally get that. But like, is it worth it?
No. I mean, yes, it is. It is.
You think it's worth it for them to like know that you're not winning a championship? Like maybe you do this all like at the end of the day, what's his name? Who they just got from Detroit? Um, who's the guy?
I don't know.
They just made the trade with Detroit.
Oh, frick. His name begins with a J.
Why am I? Holy crap! This is annoying. This is
I like don't have a
Jeremy
brain.
Grant. Jeremy Grant.
Yes.
Holy crap! That was bad. Um,
I literally had a full conversation about him this afternoon too.
really, that's funny.
Yeah, with my sister's boyfriend talking about how he was like the Sixers should have gone for him because they gave him up for next to nothing. And I was like, I can't process all this right now. Thank
No, like,
you.
I just don't get the whole like. What is Jeremy Grant gonna do for you?
No, I don't. It literally it makes no sense. It's like they're trying to just like band-aid. They're putting a band-aid on like a gaping hole kind of thing.
Yeah,
As Taylor Swift once said, you cannot put band-aids on bullet holes. It doesn't fix anything.
sure.
Yeah,
I don't know
the
if she said
queen
that, but I
the
believe you
queen has spoken. It's in one of her songs.
if you say so. Um, all right. To wrap up the draft, since we discussed everything else, there've been a lot of mistakes in NBA
Oh, yeah.
draft history. We know that it's happened. Like, talk about 1983 draft with Jordan, or Houston not agreeing to trade Ralph Sampson to get Jordan and Hakeem Olajuwon back to back. Fun fact.
Yeah,
But
that's
what
so
is what do you
crazy.
think is the biggest draft mistake?
Okay, I don't think mine isn't gonna be the
Yours is not
biggest.
as big.
No, mine is not that big, but
It's
it's
just
one.
yours is very personal.
Mine is very personal. It still upsets me to this day. Okafor, 2015, Sixers. This guy, third overall, supposed to be this, and now he's like barely even in. What did he play? 2 preseason games or something?
I don't know. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, no, it just really upsets me. And like I understand that one, but like I wasn't fully like I feel like there was a lot of red flags and everyone was like kind of gung ho of like, oh my God, he's gonna be the next big thing. And Sixers went for it. And who else was available that they could have
No,
gone
and
with?
it's funny that you brought that up because anytime like I hear people talk about, oh, they missed on this guy, they missed on that guy, I'm like, there's a certain level of context to it. It's like, what else, what were the other options? And in
Yeah.
2015, that was the Karl Anthony Towns draft.
Yeah.
Um, so Karl Anthony Towns goes first overall, then D'Angelo Russell, then Julio Okafor, then Porzingis, who aside from early on with New York, hasn't really done much. The first two have been all-star-ish players, but certainly not godly or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then the next best player was drafted 11th, Miles Turner, and 2 after that was Devin Booker. And that's like really the best out of the draft. You had
Yeah.
Mario Antonio, Willie Cauley-Stein, Emmanuel Mudiay, Stanley Johnson, like all these guys who were horrible in the NBA.
Yeah.
It's like, did you miss, or was it just like there just wasn't that many good options. Like after sometimes you have drafts where it's literally the first pick is the best, and then there's nothing else.
Yeah. No, which I get. No, that's why mine, it's not technically a mistake, but when I saw that question on the sheet, I was like, literally, it was the first thing that came to mind. And I was like, I'm still upset about this because I wanted it to work.
I did
And
too.
it was just a dud. It was a complete dud. And we have to talk about this because, yes, they did. I'm convinced.
When was this?
So they were dating. Taylor Swift has a song
Yeah.
called Out of the Woods. Taylor
Yeah.
Swift and Harry Styles were dating, and they got into this like accident where they were in the hospital, like fine, like minor stitches and everything. But they both keep hinting. It's a theory that like Swifties have that Taylor Swift, their accident actually included murder, vehicular manslaughter.
I did not know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So we don't like realistically on paper never happened, wasn't true. But Taylor Swift also has a song called No Body No Crime.
That's like that's like that's like the equivalent of like OJ writing a book about like not murdering somebody, but this is exactly how I would do it if I
What?
murdered somebody.
Oh my god.
This is like having two songs related to murder or insinuating you killed somebody.
Yep.
Not great. She pulled a Jim Beheim. Remember when Jim Beheim pulled a guy? People don't talk about that. Or Barbara
Oh,
Bush.
oh my goodness. But yeah, no, a scandal.
Scandal. What was also scandalous was the 2009 NBA draft when this was my
Oh, that was a beautiful segue. I look way too short right now.
what
I had to sit up.
2009 draft when the Timberwolves drafted 2 point guards, neither of them being Steph Curry, both of them not working out.
That's gonna haunt them for legitimately the rest of existence.
I mean, yeah, because
Yeah.
the Johnny Flynn one was horrible. The Johnny Flynn one was terrible. Like, there's plenty of people I'm sure that don't even know who he is. I guarantee it. Do you know who he is?
No.
You don't know who Johnny Flynn was?
Not I mean, I remember, like, I
Syracuse.
know looking back, but, like, I only know him because of how, like because they fucked up kind of
Right.
thing.
You
Like
infamously know him.
exactly, like, it's not like I know him as a basketball player, it's like I associate him with them drafting terribly kind of thing.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, when they drafted him and Ricky Rubio over Steph Curry, and the Ricky Rubio one made sense.
Yeah, that was fair.
But what do you need 2 point guards for?
It's you don't. You don't. What picks did
Neither of
they
them could
have?
shoot. What?
What picks did they have?
I want to say like 7 or 8 or 9.
I was
8 or
gonna
9.
say,
They were
wasn't
back
it
to
pretty
back.
early too?
Yeah, they were like back to back, and they picked 2 point guards that couldn't shoot.
You know, I think at that point it's like, all right, if you're gonna because I feel like it's more common in NBA draft to like draft and then trade a player.
Right.
So I feel like at that point it's like, all right, we're gonna snag both of them and then trade one. Like that's a tactic I think you can at least make somewhat of an argument for. I think they were the wrong guys to do it with.
Yeah.
And then they did like they kept them. So you just shot yourself in the foot.
The 2009
Dan, did
draft.
you hit a car that was parked on the wrong side of a
I
street?
did.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. No. What what happened was,
Oh no.
no, I was driving when I lived in Wisconsin. My friends came for the weekend, and I was pulling out, and I pulled out, and like I had like set it myself, or like was kind of like it pulled out like that way, and like that way if you go straight, like you're sort of on an angle, and like my phone had dropped, and so like I wasn't like I went down to like pick up my phone, and
Okay.
in that short amount of time,
It's okay. Things happen.
you know, it is
We
what it
also
is.
have she's a 10, but she's a degenerate sports better? I'd say that kind of girl sounds like an 11, unbiasedly speaking.
Jesus. But no, yeah, I did hit a park.
Interesting. Okay.
You know.
Yeah, no, things happen. I mean, Taylor Swift and Harry Styles committed vehicular manslaughter,
Yeah,
so
I didn't
things
kill
happen.
anybody.
Yeah.
I didn't kill anybody. Like Steph Curry not being judged to the Timberwolves killed their franchise. I mean, no, like think how much different the world would be.
Oh, it'd be a complete game changer.
It's one of those things I think about from time to time. I'm gonna think about it a lot.
I thought you were gonna say, like, every day. I was like, "Do you fall asleep every night thinking
Thinking
about?"
about Steph Curry playing in Minnesota.
Yeah.
No, God, no. That would be embarrassing. That'd be horrible. I couldn't fathom it. Couldn't fathom it.
I'm not gonna lie, I think about the Eagles not drafting Justin Jefferson at least once a week.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you.
I will never stop living in that hurt.
No matter what, yeah, no matter like even though they've made good moves these past couple like this last draft,
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
I
No.
can't.
I honestly the last 2 years have been good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they've been good. They've been good. All right. Travelers Championship. Oh, don't forget, still time, still a couple hours left to join our NBA draft contest on the UDDA app. So make sure you do that. Finally, before we sign off, Travelers Championship going on right now. Rory McIlroy, he is sitting in first, -8. My guy, who I actually had for this week, Xander Schauffele, -7. Who do you like to finish out this weekend on top?
I wanna see before the, oh, wait, and here, the prize is pride, and you can get the luxury of maybe beating me or Dan if you get more correct, which is always a good time. But Travelers. Before it started at, like, 20-1 odds, I like Jordan Spieth, but I need to see where is he at as of right now?
Not doing well as I continue to go through this list.
Great. Well, at least I didn't actually place it. That was gonna be my favorite. That was gonna be my favorite. Let me see. I wanna see where we're at now. I need to look at these new odds. Who did you have?
Where he's at. I don't see him anywhere. It's not looking good for you, Jordan.
It's not. It's okay. I think
Okay, Jordan Spieth is tied for 151st.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Good thing I did not put money on that. That was thank you. Shout out to the cold because I was way too dead yesterday to bet. Jesus, 110th. What'd you say? 110th or 111th?
No, 151st.
51st? Where did I am legitimately not functioning.
He is
Who can I bet on now? It's too easy to take McIlroy now. Do you want to hear something so funny? Speaking of him, you know how Twitter, if like multiple people follow one person, like if multiple people that you're following follow another person, it gives you the notification like this person followed them kind of thing. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I log into my Twitter and I look at my Twitter notifications. I thought Rory McIlroy followed me. And I was like, oh my God. But no, I was just scrolling too quickly and it was like 2 of the people that I followed him. So it was giving me a notification like to follow him. But I got excited and thought he followed me for a brief moment. I was like, okay.
That'd be sick.
It was a very humbling experience.
Who is the most famous person that follows you on any social media?
I have Max Crosby on the Raiders. Follows me on Instagram.
Really?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. I'd say that's probably. I think that's. Trying to think. Do you remember that kid who did the LSU interview in baseball where he convinced he follows me, but he's not the most famous, but I like that one.
But if you know the clip, he's famous.
Yeah. If you know the clip, but yeah.
Yeah, I think the most famous person that follows me is like $20 chef from Barstool.
Okay,
I have no idea
that's
why.
fun.
Literally no idea why he follows me. Like
No.
for what reason. But
I
I
would
remember
say
one day he just followed me.
I unplugged my mic. Billy Wise, Natalie Eganoff follows me on Twitter, and that was 100% a fangirl moment for me.
Love it.
I loved that.
I don't remember who the most famous like from Philly.
Shut up. That's fun.
That's fun.
I DM him. I'm actually so sad. I was actually supposed to go to the Justin Bieber concert. But now half his face is paralyzed and it got postponed.
His face.
I literally don't know what caused it. Something happened. Apparently he's eventually going to be fine.
Really?
Yeah, but for right now, half his face is paralyzed.
Oh, wait, maybe I did see something about that.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Not weird. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, scary stuff.
I didn't mean to say weird in that sense.
No, I get it. Things happen.
Yeah, I can't find the most famous person, but I did find that $20 chef. Still, after all these years, followed me.
We love it.
We do love it. But anyway, draft tonight. Hype for it. Can't wait to see who will go for. I don't know. Who will go one? Who knows?
Dun, 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 dun.
Keep moving. We'll find out. We'll tell you more next week. Make sure if you haven't already to follow us on all our socials at UDDA_winner. And we'll catch you next week, all right?
Bye.